the finish, I think he would take that. What did you make of the performance overall?
Yeah, look, I thought at times we were really good. At times we probably, probably got a few things that we can work on and learn from, which was good. But I thought again we were pretty even in our performance throughout, and they're pretty good. Their pressure was good, and they used the ball pretty well going forward.
They play a bit of a different way too. They were pretty physical, I thought too, and they made you have to beat them. They didn't hand you anything. So I think like you said, you would have learned a lot out of it.
Yeah, look, and for us it was fantastic. We get another game into Jared Garlett, and he played back and forward and mid. We're able to get Tim Kelly to play forward, Hockey play forward. So we're able to, work a bit on our versatility. But I thought our effort was consistently pretty good. But yeah, look, they've got a lot of talented kids, especially, and they're pretty good offensively. They hurt you if you give them space.
That would have been Jared Garlett's best game that he's played. He's only played a few this year, but he looked like he was getting more confidence in himself. He was looking probably a bit fitter than he had earlier in the season, and probably off half back it might be a position that he can make his own.
Yeah, and look, he's really been building. Probably his last 4 to 6 weeks has been really strong. He's been able to, his body's been able to allow him to train consistently. So, he's obviously very good ball in hand. So I thought he was pretty good. But I think if you go through, we're pretty even. Kelly, Schleith again, Main through the midfield, and then I think we had about a dozen goal kickers again. So yeah, I thought for the most part we were pretty happy, and everyone got through, which is good.
Tim Kelly doesn't really have another level to go to, given how outstanding and consistent he's been for the last 2 years. But if he can become a consistent goal kicker, that's probably one more string to his bow that based on today, he's more than capable of doing.
Yeah, look, he was able to go forward and hit the scoreboard, which is great. But look, he got some pretty close attention. They had someone running with him all day, which is probably where he's grown again. If he gets someone that comes to him, he just continues to work and still has an influence. So yeah, it was a great effort.
It's a good point. Last year there was at least once where he did get tagged out of a game, and he probably struggled with it. But today he got tagged, and like you said, he still finished with 28 and 3, which is a pretty fair effort.
Yeah, no, look, he's been really consistent. So our midfield's been really consistent. Give us an opportunity to win games by giving us first use and getting it forward.
What about Marlon in a bit of a new role, forward, and then pinch hitting in the ruck to give Brock a bit of a chip out? He did it pretty well today, and he gives you that different sort of a look as a ruckman too, and he's very, very handy in the middle, obviously, especially when the ball hits the ground. But his leap allows him to compete in the ruck as well, and it might be a role that he can keep doing.
Yeah, look, he's done it for small patches and at times already for us through the year. We just thought today probably it gave us an opportunity to have a look at it full time, and he was pretty good. I think he had a fair few shots at goal. He's dangerous forward back, so it was good to freshen him up and give him a different role for a change. But look, he can play back, he can play forward, he can play mid for a pinch. So yeah, we're lucky to have him.
He probably took Zach's role in some ways, but when you dropped Zach back, I guess you would have been hoping to see a response from him, and his game in the reserves probably demanded that he's right in the mix to come back in next week.
Yeah, look, he's probably just been going the last few weeks, but a really strong response when we asked it. And look, he worked super hard, did everything we asked of him. So, but it's hard to come into a winning team too. So we'll sit down and review the game and then get into selection Tuesday.
Big game now next week. Looking forward to it. Obviously, Subi, you beat them round 1, but they haven't lost since then. They've been in some pretty good form, so it shapes as a big game.
Yeah, look, obviously the best team, performed team for the last 4 or 5 years. So a big challenge for us on their home ground. So, but one we're ready for.
Do you feel like you're in as good a shape as possible to go into a game like that? Are you travelling as well as you could possibly hope right now?
Look, I never think that you're travelling as bad as you are, and you're never travelling as good as you think you are. So, we're only going to be as good as we are just next week. It's the only thing that counts. Everything we've done in the past is, while it builds confidence, it doesn't have any influence on the contest. So, look, it'd be a big challenge and one we look forward to.
I think you mentioned you got through today unscathed. You got a couple of guys in the reserves that will put their hands up again, and then. Is Ashton, Steve Area, Steve Edwards, are they close for next week?
Yeah, definitely. So look, Ashton was probably thought he was ready today, so he'll definitely be ready. He trained all last week. Steve Verry will be back, he'll be available, and yeah, Edwards will be available. So touch wood, I don't think we've had too many pull-ups sore, but hopefully we'll have a pretty full list to choose from, and you know, the 22 that we pick, hopefully they can do the job.
Thank you. Good luck.
Cheers.